Kay. Well, it's a good evening here in Radio FM 88 Australia in the Brisbane studios. Obviously, we've given you the kangaroos to let you know this is Dead Set Australia. But above me in the totem pole is our guest in the middle, and the top is our co-host, Andrena Forrest. And it's a great welcome to you girls in what's basically a Thursday morning.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Good morning, everybody. Good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Dreaming the New Dream. And today it's the 31st of July, so we're on the last day of July, and August starts tomorrow, would you believe? Anyway, it's with great pleasure that I have the lovely Nicky from UK. She's down the road from me, only a few miles, passionate about health and wellness. So welcome, Nicky. It's lovely to see you again.
Hi, Andrena. Lovely to be here. Thanks so much for inviting me today.
Well, we're both passionate about health, and I know last week we had Michelangelo giving his take on different aspects of health, and it's like there's so many people have got so much information. It's like the puzzle. One comes in with this bit and one comes, so we can, merge it all together and get the best to help ourselves. So you're an advocate and gold leader at doTERRA, and I started doTERRA in Australia probably about, I can't remember now, 2012. So I've been part of the doTERRA family for a long time. I'm not active in it, but I got lots of oils and I just love the stuff. So it's with pleasure that we're going to talk about health and wellness, and you're going to share your amazing journey this brought you here today, all the steps. So would you like to start at the very beginning?
Yeah, thank you. So my journey started probably when I was about 14, 15. I started working, and I wasn't really working, but I was volunteering and looking after children. And I realized that the importance to me was to look at health for everybody. So not just about the elite athletes that were out there, the children. I wanted to make sure that I could help every child. And I started working for a company called FitKid. I took over the company, and we were delivering health-related activities into leisure centres, nurseries, preschools, schools, anywhere where we were meeting children to try and get them active, but in a fun environment. It didn't matter if you didn't have the skills. We were going to give them those skills, but it was all fun-based, and it was working as a team together. And if you could do 2 skips with your skipping rope this week, but you could do 5 skips with your skipping rope next week, fantastic. That they were achieving. It didn't matter what everybody else was doing. It was about them achieving. And then that led me on to working with various companies. I worked with Nick Jr., the TV company, to help them do a mini movers campaign where children would do the activities on the telly, get them off that sofa in the morning, do the little workout. And I was there just to guide them and help them, support them on that as well. And I also worked with a company in Iceland. A lot of people may not know of it. It depends what age your children are, called Lazy Town, with a character called Sporticus that got kids active, having fun. So the more people we could reach, the better for me, because at the end of the day, it's about building a community and it's about coming together. Now, my life changed quite significantly back in 2012. 2012, I was pregnant with my son, my 3rd child, and I was diagnosed what they called at the time, and I've learned a lot since then, was with viral meningitis. So I was 17 weeks pregnant. I was in hospital and I was really, really poorly. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think I was going to make it. My head was exploding. I couldn't walk. I had no ability to do practically anything. Hospital was okay, but I didn't have any staff to help me. I have to press the buzzer if I needed to go to the toilet because they had to bring me a commode. I didn't even have the ability to walk anywhere. They just bring it to me probably after about 10, 15 minutes, and they'd just leave it, and I'd have to use my upper body weight to be able to get myself out of bed. Now, that was back then, so I dread to think, what services people now have and how it's got to. But that was the dawning moment for me. And I believe it happened for a reason. I believe it was my time to say, stop doing what you're doing. Wake up, girl. Now is the time for you to look at your own health and your family's health. And actually, you have an ability here to help other people and to grow a community to help people and share with them how they can look after their health. And from there, that's when I started to become involved with doTERRA. I had very, very bad digestion issues. So just rolling back to my viral meningitis, I believe I was damaged at that point in time. I believe I was vaccine damaged, what I was given. I wasn't awake to what was going on. I always say to everybody, do not worry about these things. You know, now is the time for you to move forward. I wasn't aware back then. And I believe what I was given at that point in time made me very, very seriously ill. And I was like, I can't continue like this. I need to be in control. Unless it's an emergency situation, I need to be in control for myself and my family. And that was my mission. It was myself and my family at that time. I had to let my other kids' fitness company go because I wasn't well enough to do it at that point. I just had to get through my pregnancy. And luckily, my son was absolutely fine. So from there onwards, I started looking into health. And it did take time because there's so much information. As you were saying, Andrena, there is overwhelm of information. And that's something I come across a lot now because people go, they post about something and they get 100 different comments, for example. And then they go, oh, I've got all these things and someone's telling me to do this and someone's telling me to do this. What do I do and where do I go? So it has become overwhelming with information, I'd say, out there. And people are just, wow, I have no idea. So what do? They do nothing, which then doesn't help their health move forward. But for me, I was like, I'm going to be on a mission. I'm going to find out what can help my digestion to start with. I had really bad digestion issues. Now I've realized that rapeseed oil is just a no-go for me. And it is, I think someone said, in 80% of products out there. So unless you're eating fresh, which I generally do most of the time, I have to be very, very careful. The UK is horrendous for it. I don't know if it's the same. Canola oil. Yeah, canola, rapeseed. Actually had a discussion with a lady in the supermarket about it the other day. She was like, she asked me about, we were talking and then she said, well, what's wrong with rapeseed oil? And I was like, it's very heavily processed. You need to really look into it. And also my husband and my daughter had terrible respiratory problems. Now I'm being compliant here. I'm not actually saying what they had been diagnosed with, but my daughter was at school at the time, couldn't go outside in the winter months and do PE. She'd just be too breathless to be able to do it. So my biggest mission at that time was sort my digestion out and sort my husband's and my daughter's respiratory out. So I had 2 essential oils that I brought from a friend who told me, try these, see how they work. Oh my goodness, they were life-changing. Now, I'd brought essential oils before. I found it the other day because I have it in my event stuff. I bought a tea tree oil. Bought it from my local shop. Thought it was pure, as potentially a high percentage of the population would think. It says pure on the bottle, it must be pure. Since learned that they only have to put a tiny percentage in that bottle and they fill it with a load of other rubbish. And although you think you're getting something that's good for your body, I wish I'd never brought her a tea tree oil for her spots now. Because that tea tree oil would have been putting toxins back into her body. And the body's then got to digest, to get rid of that. And I say it's very much like a computer. And this is the thing that works for so many people, I think, with the toxins that we're putting into our bodies, not necessarily putting into them. Go and fill your car up with fuel. Bang, there goes another load of toxins. You know, walk through the supermarket, you know, you're in that environment with all those toxic cleaning products.
I know the smell when you walk through the clean is like, oh my God, yeah. toxic overload.
Yeah. Well, one of our, what I'd call cheaper shops around the area, I'm not going to name that shop. As you walk into it, that's the aisle you hit straight away. So even if you want to go to get some stationery, for example, that aisle is where you walk in straight away. And my kids walk down the aisle and they're like, and they're covering their nose and mouth because they don't want to breathe it in. So everywhere we go, those toxins are flying at us. So it's like a computer. Every time you download something, overload, it's just getting more and more filled up. And we have to clean our computers out. But how many people are cleaning their bodies out? How
Only
do
till you're sick, until something happens to your body that you've got to take a look.
Yes, exactly. And that is the case for so many until that time comes when they are unwell. Then they go, okay, I look at it. And sometimes, sadly, that's too late for people. And we see this all the time now. And I'm like, now think about your health. If it's not gone wrong now, well, let's protect it. Because we all know when it goes wrong, it's going to be much harder to get that back. So we care about our technology. I'm sure everyone cares about that technology. Oh,
And the car.
And their car. Yeah. Computers overloaded, cars overloaded, whatever. Talking about the car, actually, I was talking to a herbalist and a naturopath that I work with. And she said, what, put this into the body as well as the car. You see a bit of rust on your car. Yeah. There's actually probably something more serious going on than that tiny little bit of rust on your car. But people go, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's no problem. So with the body in the same way, you know, okay, your knees aching, for example, what is actually really going on within the body? And people need to look at it now and just not be, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll deal with that later on. I mean, I have people come back to me that have watched me for 2.5, 3 years and gone, okay, I'm ready now. And I'm like, but you've missed 3 years now where actually you could have been health. Oh, well, now, Nicky, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I was like, well, yes, you could have been supporting it. However you start, just start small if you have to. Because some people are like, oh, I don't have a budget to do everything. Don't do everything then. Let's start
small steps.
Start on step one. Is it your worktop cleaner that you're using in your kitchen? What's in it? Probably a lot of toxic products unless you're making it natural. We just use a natural one. We've used it for years. That's so simple and cheap to do as well. So it's about empowering yourself to make those changes and decide that you're going on the journey and you want to look after your health. It's not an easy journey, but at the end of the day, my protection of my health and my family's health, and now I help my parents, I help my friends, I help strangers that I meet. It's been brilliant because the knowledge I've learned, I can now give to other people to help them. And the community we created is really, really important because we can all help each other. Oh, well, I use this for my toe because my toe was sore and I use this to support it. And then I hear that from somebody else. And when the next person tells me I got a problem with my toe, I'm like, oh, by the way, so-and-so told me they use this and this is how we can help.
Exactly. It's passing and sharing little nuggets of gold regarding our health. Like you say, you haven't got to get 10 items. You just start with one thing but like I said last week, excuse me, with Michelangelo, it's like when people get like thick or funky toenails or fingernails, that's your body's way of releasing stuff out. And people don't take notice of that. They just think I got a funky toenail. Yeah. And yet it's showing you there's problems going on in your body.
Yes, when this is the biggest one for me when I help people do a detox. So we've just done a 90-day detox. Actually, we normally do a 30-day detox, but we've just done a 90-day one to clear out parasites, heavy metals, all the undigested food, etc. And the herbalist and naturopath I work with, she was like, okay, we're going to try a 90-day one. We committed to that 90-day and absolutely felt amazing, felt quite rotten at times within it, but felt amazing when we came out of it.
Yeah.
But people say to me, oh, I can't do that. No, I've got to stop because I'm going to the toilet more. I'm like, okay, so emptying their bowels. And I'm like, well, because we're getting rid of it in the body. Or, oh, I'm sweating more. I smell more. And I'm like, yeah, because we're getting rid of it. We have to detox the armpits. We can't go from using that toxic deodorant that you were using with those chemicals in and expect that everything's going to be fine. We have to detox your body, detox those armpits, and then you can move over to the natural deodorant and you're not going to have any problems. But people don't think about it, or they'll then go, oh, well, I'm on a detox, but I'm off to get my fast food now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been an amazing journey. And I'm now building a community mainly based in the UK at the moment, but we are just branching out further. You know, we've gone into France, we've gone into Gibraltar, we've got some contacts in India that we're building in a community at the moment. Because the more of us on the ground that has this knowledge to help people, the better we're going to be in. And we want to empower people to understand the knowledge themselves. You know, if it's just a book that they have, and that book is available for them at home, you wake in the middle of the night and something's going on, you can't reach out to somebody, you can't get a specialist to help you. You need to be the person that is in control and can deal with it. So yeah, it's just amazing, the community. We come together for events, we take our massage couches when we go away. So if we're in hotel rooms, the massage couches are out. Doesn't matter if we haven't got the space. It's like, well, we'll adapt the treatment, we'll be able to do it. Because if we can look after ourselves, it means we can look after more and more people together and help them.
Very good.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know, you know, hospitals and doctors have their place, but it's finding the alternative ways that doesn't, you know, looking at the underlying issue and treating that rather than putting a Band-Aid over, and it's still going to keep carrying on, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other day I actually got bitten. I don't know if you saw it, Andrena, on my Facebook.
I did, yeah.
I actually got bitten, and the bite very, very quickly got bigger and bigger. And it was like, it was really weird. It wasn't going round it was long, and it was just getting bigger and bigger, as though the swelling was happening from it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this. So I went inside, I found my oils, I took some of my capsules as well. And within minutes, it practically just shrunk, and there was just a little dot left there. Now, had I left that, I could have been in a situation where that could have got bigger. It could have got infected. Yeah. And I would have needed a lot more intervention to be able to help me. So it's all about being proactive. The quicker we can do something, yeah, and help ourselves, the better we're going to be, rather than 5 days later, oh, actually, Nicky, your bite's really bad on your leg now.
Yeah.
Actually, these oils, you know, there's going to be a lot of work goes into it, in the same way there would be if you use medication. But people say to me, oh, natural health doesn't work. It's because they'll try one drop of oil and go, it doesn't work. But they've tried loads of other traditional options. But actually, you've got to integrate natural into your daily life. You need to be using it daily, not just, oh, I'll just try a drop. Oh, it didn't help my toe now. Yeah, probably from externally, we need to work from the inside out as well as the outside in at the same time.
Totally. And that's recognizing, just like if you've got a little ache going on or a little pain, then it's your body telling you, isn't it? It's listening to your body, because if you don't listen to your body, then all sorts of things are happening to your body, and rashes appear, and you know, it's just unlimited what could happen with your body.
Yeah, and I work with my friend is called Tracy, who I work with, and she's amazing on the emotional side. And I remember when I first started meeting her, and she was like, okay, we need to look at your digestion issues as an emotional issue. And she said, what are you struggling to digest?
Exactly.
Okay, the food will add to that, but there's obviously something underlying going on. And recently I had some digestion issues, and I actually stopped and I thought about it, and I'm like, there's quite a lot of stress going on in a certain situation that I was trying to deal with myself. And clearly I wasn't digesting what was going on, and I needed to work at it. But whenever we're out together as a group of us and someone will go, oh, my knee's hurting, she'll be like, oh, I know why. And we know now, whatever we say to her, she'll be able to tell us. And then, but that's great, because then you can look at it and go, okay, so what is going on here? Is this the reason why? Lower back relates to financial. So, you know, for a lot of people, that could be an issue that's going on in their lives, because especially the world we're in at the moment, finance is trouble for many, many people.
Yeah. But I mean, I've got a book called Secret Language of Your Body, and I bought it in Australia, and I love that book because I always look at the emotional issue. And I know you've got in the doTERRA, they've got an emotion book, and you can look up basil, and it tells you what it relates to, what emotional, and put some on. And So there's lots of, to look at, you need to look at the emotional as well as the physical, don't you?
100%. So for example, the air oil that I've got on my desk at the moment. So the air oil is for respiratory. So all your respiratory issues, brilliant, that air oil. But it also works with grief as well. So a friend of mine was telling me that her dog passed away. She was actually on holiday in Australia at the time, and she's from the UK, and her dog passed away while she was away in Australia. And she used the air oil to help with her grief. And it does bring it out. So it helps bring that grief out. So she was crying a lot afterwards. But yeah, you're right. Physical and emotional. We need to address both those issues. And we're not asking anyone to be experts here, but take control yourself and learn and empower yourself to be the one that deals with these situations. Yes, we're not replacing doctors, hospitals. If an emergency, you need them. But actually, we shouldn't be going to these places if I've got an insect bite. I should have dealt with that. I shouldn't rely on them.
Take control.
It is. It's all about us taking control for our families, our friends, and for those that can't necessarily do it themselves.
And
Didn't you have another book? Didn't you have another book called Barometer of the Soul?
Yeah. That's another good one. There's quite a few of those. There's another one as well. I can't remember. And I think in the Barometer of the Soul, I think at the back it had car-related issues. So if your battery was flat, obviously it related to your energy was flat, and if you were needing oil, obviously you need oil, because if you're creaking and groaning outside, you need to look what oils you're taking. You need WD-40 similar on the inside. Otherwise you're moaning and groaning. But it had like a wing mirror, or like reverse it. It was all like looking back. So again, it was another way of looking what's going on. I can remember having a dream. Oh my God, way back when I had chronic fatigue. I had a dream about a Buddha, about oil, about water. There was all sorts in there, and I realized I needed to be taking more water. I needed to be taking more oil, and I needed to be meditating more, but for me, I get a lot of information in my dreams. So, so there's so many, there's different books that, and there's people that, there's plenty of us around now that are willing to help. If you say I've got, like when people have got eczema or psoriasis, it all comes from the liver, the gut. You need to clear it out and take different, and look at what you're putting in your body, because your body is your temple. And I always say, you can't go to a health shop and say, can I have £20 worth of health today?
And it's about taking that control, isn't it? Because it's not like the last minute thing. Like you say, go to that health food shop. People were like, oh, well, I need it instant now. But actually, let's look after our bodies and let's think about what we're putting into them. And also what you're topically applying to them as well. Because if you're putting that perfume, you're spraying it on your neck area, we know
glands.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to be very careful. We make all our own now. And my girls, they were teens at the time when I first started using doTERRA. And when they realized how bad a lot of the products were out there that they were using, they were in the bin, and they were like, right, we're going natural with this. And none of us can stand that smell now. But just going back to what you said about the car, actually, from the people I work with as a community, it's helped me grow as well as helped everybody else grow. And last summer we were coming back. We'd been to Cornwall on holiday, and we literally just got on to the dual carriageway coming out from Newquay, and we had a flat tire. So we had to pull over onto the hard shoulder. It was scary. It wasn't very nice at all. 2 of my kids were with us, and we had the dog in the car. We all had to get out of the car. There was no proper hard shoulder there at all. And very quickly, the police were there, the AA recovery were there. So we got that support. But the lorries were flying down at 60, 70 miles an hour next to us. No one slowed down. They're all in their crazy life. But a friend of mine, I was talking to her after, and she was like, Nicky, that's new beginnings. Your flat tire is all about new beginnings. And honestly, from that summer, I would say I've definitely moved into another area of being able to help more people over the last, it would nearly be a year now. It's just been great. So a scary time that was, it was for us as a family, it was like, okay, we're moving into a new pathway here.
Yeah, because these are messages, these are warnings, it's like, hello, wake up, this is what's happening.
Yeah, and I say that again with my viral meningitis. When I was so poorly when I was pregnant, it was slow down. I'd been working so hard on my kids' health and wellness company. Luckily, my mum was there to help with my other kids as well, but it was just too much. It was overload, and I do think it was preparing me for 2020 as well. So I believe that it hit me at that time to say, you need to wake up now because there's something even bigger coming, and you need to be ready for this.
Interesting times, eh?
Very interesting.
So for people that haven't used any oils or that would like to start, because I know I can't remember what the basic kit used to be: lemon, peppermint,
Orange.
Yeah, what are lavender? Is there 5 in the that you could buy a list? I mean, I'm talking back ages ago now, so I don't know what now is available.
So
if people want to start off and just introducing a couple of things and trying them out, like you say, you've got to know the label, you've got to read the label, what's on there, and check out what you're buying.
Yeah, 100%. You need to know the purity. And I always say to everybody, the purity is a key. So go and find out. And I cannot personally find any other company that does this. So doTERRA will do over 60 tests for any contaminants added to the bottle. And also we can find those tests as well, because a lot of companies will go, I've got a test certificate, and they'll put it up on the website. But that's not for the batch that is arriving in my home. So for this air bottle, I can look on the bottom of the bottle. There's a code on the bottom of the bottle, and I can go online and I can find out the test certificate for exactly the content in this bottle. Whereas most of them, they're just putting a general certificate up, but it's not for the batch that's going to arrive. So that was key importance. So yeah, you can easily start. You can start with one oil. You can start with, we do a little trio kit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There was a small little starter kit.
5 ml trio kit, which has got lemon, peppermint, and lavender in it. And I do a sheet for people that's got 30 ways of using it. So I'm like, try this, have a go at some of those ways of using it. If you want to make a spray up at home, you want to make toilet bombs to go down your toilet for natural cleaning. You want to make some bath bombs with your children, you can do that. You want to drink the lemon, because the lemon is the rind, which is the immunity system of the plant. It's not the flesh of the lemon. So it just gives them different ways. Peppermint, equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea in one single drop with doTERRA. So that is so powerful. And I always tell people, shut your eyes as you breathe it in, because
it's like, whoa.
It is really powerful.
Have we got that chart in your list of what you sent us that we could share?
In terms of the different oils and things. So some of these are here.
What you just mentioned, the uses, 20 different uses for different things.
So I have my website, which I believe Jess has shared. On my website, I do like an introductory course, so people can just go onto that introductory course. It's free for them to go onto that introductory course and decide what is best for them to get started with on. Because for some people, it's starting with the oils. Other people, it's starting with supplementation. So if we look at supplementation, for example, so many of it's synthetic out there on the market. You go to your health food shop, you buy a synthetic product that goes into the body. The body wants to get rid of it, doesn't want it. But then you've got another detox to do. So the most important thing is to take something that is real and natural. So I've put up a program on my website that anybody can join onto that program. It will just guide them through and help them. I say to anybody, now is the time to do this journey. I don't have a lot of time, but I have more time available than I will do, I know, in the future. So if people want to have a one-to-one call with me, I do 15-minute free one-to-one calls. Have a call and I'll just empower you and point you in the right direction, because I'm here to empower you and you're the one to learn and take your journey in the best direction for you. I started with an oil kit that had 10 different oils in, which will do between 85 to 90% of your health concerns at home and support you. So if you've got a respiratory problem going on, or digestion, or you've got leaks within the body, or you want to detox, that kit is there to help you. Also has oregano in it. So if anyone's not looked into oregano, have a look. Nature's most powerful antibiotic out there. We use it on the soles of our feet with a carrier oil if we're feeling poorly. And it's instant. And even my kids now will be like, I need oregano. And we add tea tree to it as well. I need that on my feet because I'm not feeling quite right. But as Jeff's just put the information up, you know, if you don't take time now for your wellness, you're going to be forced to deal with your illness. And that is so, so true. I'm getting close to my 50s next year. So I am like on a mission. I'm like, age is not going to catch up with me. I can do this. I can do these things. And yeah, things that I'm doing now, probably I wasn't doing 10 years ago. So I actually have an issue with my lower back, have disc degeneration in my lower back area. And I was in a lot of pain with it. And I was told either we need to operate on it or you need to work out like a footballer. Well, neither of those was going to happen for me because I didn't have anybody, a personal trainer, to help me like a footballer. And I didn't want an operation because they were going in through my stomach to be able to do that. It wasn't going to be the case. So I had to empower myself and had to get on and I had to do it. I love this image. Actually,
yeah, me too. And it's so true. Even now, you talk to people and they go to the doctor, and I think, you know, but you just have to accept where people are. It's their journey and it's their choices. But, you know, if we can help, we can help.
And people say to me, oh, I don't want to spend any money on it, but they're quite happy to go and spend the money on a meal out, but they're not happy to spend on their health. So I'm like, well, allocate yourself a budget every month. If it's going to be £25, if it's going to be £50, whatever it is, allocate yourself a budget for your health. And then you can start increasing that as you start to see the benefits. This was an image in Brussels. I was out in Brussels in May, and the guy, he's right at the back there, is one of doTERRA's doctors. He is phenomenal, this guy, absolutely amazing. He created the aroma touch treatment, which is a technique where you apply 8 different oils down the spine of the body. And I'm running training. We're running some training for that soon. So if you're not in the UK, there is training elsewhere, but we will have some UK training available. And it's great just as an individual to have that training, because if someone in your household is not feeling right, you can be like, jump on the couch, jump on the bed, wherever it is, and I will just apply these oils to you so they can benefit immune system, any aches within the body, helps bring them back to homeostasis, you know, bring them back to balance again, which is absolutely great.
Is that you?
But yeah. Sorry? No, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle at the back. Yeah, there. Yeah, there I am.
Is that Dr. Hill? I can see. I met him in Australia when I went to a couple of the conferences. So
okay, amazing guy. I listened to him speak in Belgium, and he was telling us that actually he had somebody come to his offices and turn up. So I don't know how many years ago it was, probably quite a few years ago. And this guy's daughter had said that she wanted to train and use these essential oils, and the father was like, "They're snake oils. How dare you tell them you're conning her out of this?" And Dr. Hill actually said, the guy said, "Can you give a treatment to my wife tomorrow? I want to see it." And Dr. Hill said, "Yeah, fine, come tomorrow and I'll give her a treatment." When they arrived, he said, actually, to the wife, "I'm really sorry, but you're not having a treatment today because it's actually your husband having the treatment." So the guy that was complaining, he managed to get him on the couch. And I believe from memory, he was asleep instantly, this guy, by having this treatment. And he absolutely loved it. So he was a scientist, so really didn't understand. He was like, no way can these oils work. But they were absolutely amazing. So this is an image. I run retreat days. So I work with different practitioners. So I'm building a network now of practitioners around the country and worldwide who want to be part of a campaign to be able to help and empower people. So we keep our retreats at a lower price than a lot out there because we want to be able to open them up to as many people as possible to be able to come. We educate them about how they can look at natural health. We also did Pilates, and we did a sound healing session as well. So for me, I actually benefit out of it because I get part of the day where I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And also I'm educating people at the same time. This is some of our community. We're all out there. These people that are out there sharing natural health to be able to help and guide people. And the more we can empower people to learn, the better the world is going to be.
Well, I know
he's pretty bright, isn't he? Look, he really stands out. Out of all these people, he's the one that really stands out. He's got a really interesting energy.
In the pink.
Oh, that's Ben, who I work with.
Yeah.
You think so? His energy shines out, you said?
Yeah. If you look at everybody on this group photo. Yeah, I mean, he stands out.
Yeah. So, Ben will be very impressed with that. So he actually wrote the Selling for Dummies book 20 years ago in the UK.
Did he?
Yeah.
This guy here, is that doctor you talked about?
No,
he's not on that one.
No, he wasn't there. This was down in Devon.
Right.
So the lady right at the front, in the middle that you can see, the other side. Yeah, you're circling her, sorry. To the left, slightly to the left. Keep going to the left of the screen. So Sonal, that lady. Sonal is a pharmacist. So she worked in hospitals as a pharmacist, and she now has switched into the natural world. She is now helping and sharing with people ways that you can support yourself, exposing the toxins that are in the medication. A lot of it we don't need out there, and unfortunately people are loaded with, you need this one and then this one because of the side effects, and the next one and the next one. Listening to her talk, and we've got some events that are going to be running out across the country over the next few months where she will be sharing more about it. She shared at a recent event we were at, and we also had a doctor share there she's still working in the traditional, she works in A&E, I believe, and also working in natural as well. So it's just great to be seeing some of these professionals moving over to the natural world to be able to help people, because they can see the benefit of natural health at the same time.
Yeah. No, it's fabulous what you're doing, and now you're expanding out. So, because
woman here, sorry, this woman here.
Oh, that's Wendy. She's a homeopath. Wendy is.
Yeah.
Very, very aware to the world. Probably for about 20 to 30 years, Wendy has been, and I believe it was one of her relatives was ill, and I think that's where she started doing the investigation to be able to support and help herself.
It's quite an interesting photo, because you look at the eyes, and you can feel the energy coming off this photo.
Okay, that's great. Great to be hearing it.
Okay.
That's only a small section of it. There was about 100 of us at that event.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
You wanted to talk about children and children's health, or you wanted to mention it because I know you're working along that way. I'm not. Yeah. Now, fabric softener. I went and stayed at somebody's accommodation a long time ago, and they used fabric. Oh my God! I had to take it all night long. I could smell the chemicals. Oh, it was horrendous.
Yeah, and people don't realize, and I didn't years ago. I was like, oh, this I think I like the yellow one or whatever it was, like Summer Breeze or something, and I was like, oh, this smells amazing. I cannot stand it now. And we went to watch a football game recently, and the guy in front of us, on his hoodie, he must have literally practically soaked it in this fabric conditioner. And before I'd noticed it, my son had said, Mum, I've got a headache. And I was like, a headache? He's 12. He very rarely gets headaches. And then I said to my daughter, I said, can you smell that? And she said, yeah. And by the end of it, the three of us had really bad headaches. And he was just the seat in front of us. Or I go and walk the dog, and you can smell it coming out of the vents when people are using it in their own home. But they think they're doing better. But we don't use anything. I use white vinegar, and I use my empty essential oil bottles into a jam jar. And we've used that for years and years, and no problems at all. And for the if you do use the tumble dryer, which unfortunately in turns in the UK, there's times of the year where we have to use a tumble dryer based on our weather.
Have you got one?
I have got a tumble dryer, yeah.
Oh,
I try not to use it, but sometimes, kids I don't have kids in school now, but when I did, it was a nightmare to make sure you got school uniforms done. But now I home educate. We don't need to worry about school uniforms. You can put the oils onto material balls into your tumble dryer. Or you can put sprays, you can make up sprays. So if you want to smell to your clothes, we've always believed, I think we've been brought up to believe that clothes are clean because they smell nice. Actually, that's not about that. It's actually about getting the stains off the clothes. So we can do that. And, things like ditch and switch. I do classes on this as well to help people. So anybody that joins doTERRA with me, we have a whole bank of ongoing education that's available. We run live classes every week. I ran one on ditch and switch. So it was, let's get rid of those scented candles and let's swap.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wax melts. Everyone goes, oh, I love the smell of wax melts. I'm like, I can't stand it. The sticks that people burn, I can't stand any of those smells because I don't know what's in them. I just want it to be natural. And at least with the diffuser, I can pick whatever oil I want to go in it. So if somebody's not feeling well in the house, you can put a blend in that will help support the natural immune systems, especially when you're all suddenly going back into those environments again. It's just great to be able to have that to strengthen your own natural immune system and keep yourself well. But yeah, kids, I do a class on kids toolbox, so it's their wellness toolbox, and kids loads of them are wide awake to their health.
Aren't they just
happy to swap? There's no question about it at all. So I really love working with kids because it's like, well, actually, hey kids, we can make up this roller bottle, and they just love it, or a lava bead bracelet and things. So this is my daughter's hand. So we were away, we went to Alton Towers in May, and we were rushing to get out the door. She was using her curlers on her hair, and she has a wand. She has a GHD curling wand, which actually doesn't look much different from either end of it. So she grabbed it in a hurry, and she grabbed the wrong end of the wand. And she called me and she went, "Mum, I've burnt my hand." We weren't far off going out of the door. And honestly, the redness on it was really bad. Now, I had an oil blend with me that has helichrysum in it. Helichrysum's a little yellow flower.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Everyone needs helichrysum in their own home. So it's also great for trauma. But what we did is we applied it to the area, and we took the roller bottle out with us to the theme park. So I was like, okay, apply it. So within 10 minutes of this happening, we were in the car and off to the theme park. In a previous situation, I probably would have had to go to A&E because you could see the redness patches coming because it like diagonally went across her hand. And it's hard to see on there, but as it dried out, you can see where the blisters would have formed, but they never formed. And I say to people, get yourself this toolkit of oils to have and educate yourself. So when you're in certain situations, you can deal with them. So that would have been potentially me and my daughter out for the day dealing with going to find something to help her. But however, I had something so we could then still enjoy our day at the theme park, and she was okay with it. She also took an oil called copaiba under her tongue to help with any discomfort that she was getting from that. But when you go on holiday, if you don't have these things, you're going to have to go and find a doctor, a pharmacy or whatever. Now, you may potentially need them. And like I say, I'm not knocking them at all, but it's just about you being able to take control and have these things. We arrived in Greece last year. And my son goes, "I don't feel very well." His temperature was up. He was coughing. His throat hurt. And within 24 hours, I bounced him back and he was absolutely fine and could enjoy the rest of the holiday. So just the image slightly before that, we were away at Centre Parks recently, and I put the bikes onto the bike racks, and I managed to whack the pedal right into my head. But it was no problem. I had my oils. So I was like, okay, I carry what I call a little emergency kit around with me. I did have all my oils there, but also in my rucksack, I had my little emergency kit with tiny little vials in it. So it has 16 different vials, does so many things. But I needed to be educated. So that's the most important thing. And I have a course now people can do. When they join up, I say, right, watch this course. It's a 4-part course, and it's going to help and guide you. And you understand how to make roller bottles, how to make spray bottles. The more you empower yourself, the better. And I had a lady recently who signed up from Turkey. She's from the UK, and she couldn't have the product shipped to Turkey. She had them shipped to her mum's in the UK. So when she arrived on holiday, she had 3 things going on in the family. She knew exactly straight away which oils to go for and how to help herself. And because she'd spent the time educating herself before she'd got to that point. But get yourself your starting way and then start learning as you go along. Because that's going to...
Is it Marks and Spencer's or Debenhams that has the perfume counter when you walk into their store?
Debenhams is closed now.
Yeah, it was Debenhams though. Yeah,
because in Australia we used to have Myers and David Jones, and you just went boom, and you just hit that perfumery. The whole place was just.
Or duty free. If you walk through the airport, once you've done, your bags have been checked for security, and then you walk through. My kids actually run through. We must look like the crazy family. The hands over their faces.
Yeah,
they just run through that area because it is horrible, isn't it? But yeah, Debenhams in Bournemouth used to be horrendous. I
know I went in, I won't mention the name, but a cheaper shoe shop a while back. Oh my God, the stink of plastic in there, it was just like knocked me out. And I had to go, and I said to the girls, I said, "Doesn't this affect you?" So we don't even notice. I thought, no, because you're ingrained in it. But the stink of plastic was horrendous. I thought, oh God.
But the more you detox, the more you notice stuff, don't you?
Yeah, totally.
Jeff, you just
same as those places that do the nail polishing, isn't it? The manicures with the acetone, isn't it?
Yeah. And what they must be taking on board, all those therapists, must be horrendous. And their body, I think their body just gets to breaking point at the end of it. And they need to start detoxing now, because once it gets to breaking point, there could be serious impacts to their health after that point in time. But Jeff, if you just click onto the next I think there's a video there. This is, I don't know if you can play this. This is me a few weeks ago.
And can you hear you talking?
No.
No, really, no.
Okay. Now then, I know what's going on. We'll go back to the show, then I've got to go and allow for the audio to be played. Okay, just hang on a sec. You carry on talking.
When's your next Pamper Day coming up?
So we've got one in September. So the middle of September is the next one that we've got coming up. And it's an afternoon. We do it as a Sunday afternoon. Nice little relaxing treat to be able to help. And also as a community. So all the people I'm working with, the other wellness advocates that I'm now working with, we come together as well. So we came together last weekend at my house. We had a hot tub session. We did massage treatments. We did some spiritual healing. We all brought food to share. It's just lovely to be able to help ourselves at the same time. So the video that Jeff's just getting up there is of me. We'd gone for a walk at a local country park, and it's a few weeks ago now, and my hay fever had kicked in. Some years I don't get it, some years I do, and I sillily didn't have my little keychain of oils with me. I was absolutely streaming. But when I got home, I used the lemon, peppermint and lavender, and I just breathed it in, and it's just so effective to really help me. Oh, this is me after a walk in lots of heathland, and I am streaming today. My right eye is so sore, and stupidly came out on a dog walk with my hubby, and I didn't bring my oils with me, so I don't have them. So we're just on our way home, and oils will be amazing. Anyone else struggling at the moment with this horrible pollen? Well, it's not horrible, is it? It's nice pollen, but it's not good when you feel like this. So I'd gone to the supermarket on the way home to pick up a couple of bits. And honestly, back in 2021, people probably would have been running to the other end of the supermarket as I was sneezing. You know, they would have been probably escorting me out of the supermarket. So that was
no.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a product after on that image called Tri-Ease, and Tri-Ease actually has lemon, peppermint and lavender in it. So I carried that around with me in my rucksack, as well as having my little keychain of oils to be able to help me. But if we carry on through those images a second, Jeff, for me, please. We've this video hasn't been shared. So this is the first time I've ever shared it. I do have intentions of getting it shared. So I'm 49 now. So I'm at that perimenopausal stage in life. I am managing it 100% naturally. I don't have anything else except for the oils and supplements that I take. And I take a capsule called phytoestrogen, which takes out the xenoestrogens in the body. So all those fake hormones that we're picking up, I said, filling your car up with fuel, plastics, furnishings, etc. If your body takes them on, this is when all these horrible symptoms start coming out. So if we can balance our hormones out and get rid of those fake estrogens, fake hormones within the body, this is really effective to help us. So if you just want to play a few seconds of it, this was me. I'd been off the product for about 5 weeks because it was out of stock.
Uncensored. So this is me. This is not like me at all. So I've been off phytos now for about 4 weeks because they're currently not available. I'm at perimenopausal age and it's really hitting me. This is my first period. I'm on day 2. This is my first period since not having them. I don't get anxious. That's not me. I never feel like this. I had to force myself out the door to even go to the shops today. My throat was tight. I was breathing faster than normal. I just was not me. I managed to get through the shops. I tried to think of other things to be able to get me there, but my throat was tightened every time I thought about things. And I came back in the door and I just burst into tears as soon as I got in the house. So those hormones that are balanced by phytoestrogens, getting rid of the fake hormones, I never realised had such an impact on me at this stage. I'm not anything else for that time in my life, and it really has impacted me. I've just put some oil now on my wrist. I'm gonna have a protocol put down me to really help calm me down. But yeah, the impact has been massive. I just need to get back on them. That really, really helped me. I'm going to try some other solutions in the meantime.
So the reason we didn't have them is because there was a sourcing issue. Now doTERRA will not let a product go to market unless it is pure. So it means that we don't get a product, which is frustrating. However, I totally respect for them that they're not just going to make money out of something by releasing something that's not right. So I was actually flying out to Belgium the following day. So I knew I needed to get myself under control. That is not me at all. Nobody really I don't have that situation where I get anxious and I can't go out the door. And 2 weeks after that, I went back on the capsules. I managed to get some shipped from America because they'd come back into stock in America before they came back here. And the change in me is massive, absolutely massive. And it's scary for me to think that had I not had that, where I would be in my life.
Yeah.
Where now I have that. And my husband gave me a protocol. We do a protocol called Symphony of the Cell. We apply different oils down the spine. Easy for everybody to do at home. You can do it, you can just learn it online. If you're not using it, if you're doing it professionally, go on the course. But if you're just using it personally, you can learn it and you can use it. But it is key. But this just relates to it. The liver is there to process things within the body. We need our liver to be okay. We diffuse a blend of oils overnight for our liver that helps detox it, because it detoxes, I believe, around about 3 a.m. in the morning, your liver in your body. So if you can put those oils into your diffuser, that's going to really, really help you as well. We don't want all those hormones disrupted. Same for my daughter. My middle daughter's 19 now. She couldn't get out of bed with her period except to visit the toilet for about 3 or 4 days every single month. Since she's been on these capsules to take out all the fakeness, those fake hormones, she is a different child, including her blood flow reducing, cramps reducing. It is a game changer. And so many other people with teen girls that I know have tried it and seen amazing results with it. So it's been amazing and life-changing for those people as well.
And what is the one that they're taking for the young girls that are taking for the hormones?
It's called phytoestrogen.
All right, okay. So that's tablets, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a capsule. Yeah, it's a powder. So if somebody can't take a capsule, you can put it into a smoothie,
drink or something. Yeah.
This I found, I didn't find it shocking. I say I find it shocking. Nothing is shocking now of what's out there
No, it's all coming to light.
Yeah, but the chemicals in a plaster. Now, my daughter said on a call last night, my older daughter said on a call last night, well, we don't have any plasters in our house because we have the helichrysum oil. Now, the helichrysum oil is what I'd call the stitch oil. It just seals. So if you cut yourself badly, you apply the helichrysum oil on it and it seals it over. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm just talking from experience here. I'm not making any claims on it. I'm just experienced. My daughter cut her finger with a craft knife very badly and called me. And I was like, I think it was about 11 o'clock at night, crazy, these kids. And I was just like, I wanted to go off to sleep. And she was like, I've cut it badly. Helichrysum oil. I wish I'd done a video on it. I'm very good normally at telling my kids to stop. Let me take a picture before I help them out. But I just dropped the helichrysum oil onto her finger. I've got a picture of it after, and it just literally seals it and stops the bleeding.
I've not seen that about cancer chemicals in Band-Aid. That's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah. So, and this is just an endorsement of the product. This is Rory in golf, and he's using our deep blue on his back to help his back. So For athletes, it's amazing. So if you're an athlete, it's approved on the anti-doping register, the Cologne anti-doping register. So they know it's safe, because we know they're screened and they have to be so careful what they're using. But these products are safe for them to be able to use. There's supplements. There's so much out there. Oh, someone's saying report about toilet tissues. Yeah, awful. All these products. Sanitary ware is another big problem for women. You know, the chemicals in sanitary ware. People need to stop using those products. And use even like the period underwear that they can wash in their own natural detergent comparatively. Yeah, it's a scary thing out there, but I just want to empower people. I want to build a community. I want to help people grow and develop together. So if anybody's out there who wants to get involved in our community, reach out, because the more people we have, the better that we grow and help.
The more we can help.
Yeah, more people. So this is the kit I bought when I started. It was all for me about empowering people and empowering my family. I needed to say, hey, we need to take control. And when I'd used a diffuser for the first time, I was like, why on earth did I ever use candles, plug in those horrible plug-in fragrance things, etc.? It's about learning. And I would say to people, the most important thing is to look for purity of a product. We think it's pure. We're told it's pure. Very unlikely.
Yeah, because I carry a little pouch with the little oils in as my little, you know, if needed, you know. I've done that for years and years. So sometimes I've not screwed the lid up properly and find I've got an empty bottle.
It's normally, do you know what? It's normally oregano. We were saying this is oregano that leaks, and then that's the real smelly one. It leaked on a plane for me, and I was like, whoa, that stinks. And then my friend next to me goes, oh, there must be an emotional issue going on, why it's oregano.
You've got to look at everything.
Yeah, but it's just helping people. So a friend of mine lives up north. Her dad is 93. They've managed to reduce the carer bills by him taking turmeric dual capsules. That's one of the things he takes. They're 11 times more powerful because of the capsule that's in the middle that gets right to the gut rather than the stomach. And they don't need daytime carers now. He has morning and evening carers. They've saved themselves a massive fortune. So we know once it gets to the carer stage of how much money it is, we need to look after our health now. So we don't need.
You need to look at everything that's going on. I mean, like coming back from Egypt, I've had to address so many issues. Oh my God. But now I'm in a much better place. As you know, I take the curcumin drops, and I swear by them for me. And I deleted the aging program a long time ago. I'm not going down that route.
Yeah. Exactly. And you've been on a challenging journey, haven't you, yourself? With
just a little, yeah.
But you're going to come out the other side. You're going to come out with knowledge. And, you know, my perimenopausal stage, I think that for me is a journey to be able to help more women. Actually, you don't need to have this. You can support yourself. Detox. Number one, I guess everybody detox yourself and get in your products to be able to help yourself.
I was going to say, because you said you've just done a 90-day, you're looking the best I've seen you in a long time. All of your eyes and, you know, so what was the detox that you've just, or like say about the 30-day first maybe? And
yeah, so the 30-day, you do 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. You do different things for different days. And it's all about going through a total reset of the body. So the middle stage is always the hardest. And it was again on the 90 days. She just extended the 30 days over 90 days. So in the middle period of time, that's when you've like activated stuff in your body and you're really like kicking it out of your body. So getting rid of your parasites, your undigested food, your heavy metals. So the middle part is when we all felt a little bit rotten, not too bad because we detox a lot anyway. But, you know, it's got dandelion root in it and things like that are just going to really work and pull it through the body. But yeah, I felt rotten. It actually did impact my eyesight a little bit. My eyesight got worse during that period, but then it's really picked up and got so much better now. And my own personal thought is, well, I've got all these toxins that I've now shaken up, pulled out of like parts of my body, and I've got to clear them back out again. And one of the key points is drinking your limonene oils. So your lemon, your wild orange, and all of those are key. So we were told part of the detox, we had to drink a lot of those waters throughout the day as well to flush that, get rid of those toxins. I could go into a lot.
Is that in a complete kit?
Yeah, so the 30-day cleanse does come as a complete kit. We just played around with doing a 90-day, and I know she's going to do a 90-day detox again next year. A lot of people try to do detox in January. Fine in Australia, not fine in the UK.
No.
January is not a good time to do it because your body is struggling with the winter weather, etc. You know, we have a lot of damp in the UK, which is a massive problem for so many people with mold and things like that.
Mold,
so,
yeah.
I would always say we did, what did we do? April, May and June on that 90-day cleanse. And in addition, she got us doing hot and cold as well during that period of time.
Oh God, yeah.
14 days of hot and cold. So you did 1 minute cold, 1 minute hot, 1 minute cold, and you did it 7 times. We have a hot tub and we have a cold plunge pool. So we actually did it in that. And I think that was in some ways easier than standing under a freezing cold shower with it coming at your head all the time. But it was really enjoyable because it gave us a family time and on a mission of like, we actually did it 3 times throughout the period of time of that cleanse as well. So yeah, you can do that. But best thing, people reach out to me, let me help you. I have the skills and ability to help you and empower you. But if people don't talk to each other, nobody knows what help they need.
No, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Because I know there was a health talk at Murley, probably about a year ago now, was it? And it was packed out. And I mean, just, the information all about the oils and what you can use. I mean, it's just phenomenal. That was a great evening. Is there any more of those coming up?
We will be having some of those. We've got some coming up around the country in the UK. I don't know if they're going to be further afield at the moment. So we ran one in Bristol recently. In Bristol, it was amazing. We talked about supplementation. We had a doctor talk about all the difference of supplements, because people think the RDA, so your recommended daily allowance, is the right thing that you need to be taking. But actually that is just to literally
a load of,
a basic level. Most of it's synthetic out there. I mean, she was telling us that in 1950, you could eat 1 apple to get your nutrition. How many apples? How many apples do you now need to eat to get, well, not your full nutrition, but from 1 apple in 1950, how many do you need now to get the same amount of nutrition?
Go on, enlighten us.
100 apples.
I was going to say, it must be a lot.
Because, all the soil's depleted and all of that. So it's just phenomenal. And that's what everybody needs to supplement, but have the proper real food supplementation that's available. We've just got a pill-free one now because some people don't like taking pills. My kids love it because they can just have it as a drink rather than having to be swallowing capsules. So I say my kids, but like my oldest are 19 and 21. So they're not little, but they're like, I really struggle with taking these capsules. But now they can just have the drink and it's just easy for them to be able to have that and off they go. And we do children specific supplementation as well, so people can have that. But yes, no, thanks for saying that. I feel energized. I feel like I've really
you look it. You can see that. I can see a big difference in you from, a while back in some of your pictures.
Yeah. And it's just about commitment, and it's about making sure you commit to your journey. And especially for me, it was like my oldest daughter wasn't at home. She was finishing uni, but my middle daughter and my husband, we all did it together. So it was just on a mission of like, we can do this and we can make it work. Yeah, we had to visit the toilet more to start with as our guts were clearing everything out. But I want it out. I don't want it in my body. Thanks very much.
Right. So let me think. What about parasite cleansing? Because that's a big thing at the moment. People don't realise, we've all got parasites, but they don't realise the damage and what's going on in their bodies. So what are you recommending for the parasite cleanse?
Yeah, so there's lots of theories on different parasites, isn't there?
Well, yeah.
People are saying different things. So within the cleanse, we have a product called Zendocrime. And Zendocrime is what focuses on that and the different oils within that. So I would say to anybody, if you don't want to do the full cleanse, just get on some products and start with it. And the full cleanse is too much for some people, because if your toxic load is very heavy, they can't go into the full cleanse. We have to start it a lot slower even just a drop of lemon in their water to start with is something that will start to help them and move forward in the right direction. But, you know, we've had people with very complex situations and they've now gone into their natural sport. They're still on their meds. You know, it's everybody's choice of what you do, but they can start integrating this in and be able to help them. And listening to Sonal, who is the pharmacist at our events, get yourself to live events that we're running, because she will really be sharing with you about how you can support yourself alongside your medication, because she comes from that area and that background, which most pharmacists would have no clue. You go into them and go, can I do natural health as part of it? And the answer would be, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. I can't help you. And that would probably be the polite answer. It might not be as polite as that.
Interesting, eh? Right. Yeah, so, well, obviously you've got lots of information on your website. And I mean, I've still got doTERRA up on my website. Like I said, I'm not active in it, but I am active in taking the oils. So, but yeah, no, I love them. And I would say to anybody, just get the little basic starters pack, you know, and just have a drop of lemon in your water.
And then and utilize the contact and all the information that I have available. We have experts talking that are going to help and guide you and support you. So there's a video you can watch. Oh, okay, I'll watch that about that and I'll learn about that. But the more information you can gather to help yourself, the better. And that will support you. You know, I'd love to find time when we chat more, Andrena, because the skills you've got are great to add into our community. And a lot more people are now going, well, actually, I've got these skills. Can I be part of that community? Yeah, let's grow it. Let's help more and more people. Because the more people we have on the ground, especially for live events, we need to have more live events happening than just online. Because when you hit that lockdown, it seems everyone went into that online world. But people need that connection.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather be, you know, if there's a workshop or anything, I'd rather be there doing it in person with the connections rather than on Zoom. I mean, you know, it's been great, and it has its place. But for me personally, I like people contact.
Yeah, and I feel now, I say to people, if I go to holistic networking meetings, I say to people, I feel I have a responsibility to get out there and start talking about natural health to help more people. And if you're someone like me, let's join together, let's collaborate, and let's work together, because I can't run live events in Newcastle, for example. I'm on the south coast of the UK. You know, I have a family, I have other commitments. But I can help and I can guide you and we can work together, and then you can run them in Newcastle or you can run them in Manchester, or other countries as well. Like I say, we've just got somebody that's now working in Gibraltar. We've got someone that works in France. We've got an India contact. The more people we can come together as a community, and, you know, then they make their own decision. Do you want to buy an oil? Do you not? What do you want to do? What is your journey and what is your direction?
Fabulous. Well, we get together anyway. So, well, is there anything else, wisdom, you'd like to share before we close today?
No, I think my biggest point is empowering yourself and taking control. Nobody can do it for you. I say to people, you can watch what I'm doing. You can say, hey, looks wonderful what you're doing. But unless you start on this journey of your own natural health, don't keep delaying it either. Don't be, oh, well, I'm going to have my hair done this month. I'm going to do that. Just, you know, okay, we need food. We have no choice about that. But where can you make the choices and where can you allocate some finances to your health of what you're going to do? If it's going to be, right, I'm going to go to a yoga class. What are you going to do to look after yourself? Yeah. I think so many people have got to the point where, oh, someone else will look after me. Oh, I'll just go to the doctors. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should never have been like that. We shouldn't be relying on that fact. It should be about how can you empower yourself and take control? And then there's more and more people we can help.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, Nicky, well, that was fabulous as ever. And I mean, like I say, I love oils and I love what you're sharing and being part of the group. So thank you very much. Do anything you want to ask or say, Jeffrey?
No, been interesting.
All good. All right. Well, thank you once again, Nicky. It's been absolutely a delight. And thank you, everybody, for listening and tuning in. And it's same time, same place next week. Thank you.
Thanks so much.